Hello there, kiddos. Today we're going to be discussing the ancient Israelites. This is a little precursor to your chapter 10 information on Christianity, which involves the life of Jesus, his death, his followers claiming that he was the Son of God, and the birth of a religion known as Christianity. So before we get to Jesus, I think we should rewind a little bit and think about what you studied last year in 7th grade. In chapter 3, you studied the ancient Israelites. So I'm going to give you a general overview of that chapter so that when we get to Jesus, you won't be completely lost. All right? And there will be a follow-up video, actually 2 follow-up videos that I want you to watch tonight after you watch this. So pay attention to the questions, try to follow along. All right, here we go. So first off, we have 3 major world religions: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. So in the next few weeks, or 2 months before Christmas, we're going to be looking at these religions. So how do they coexist, or do they indeed coexist? What do Judaism, Islam, and Christianity all have in common? One thing they all have in common is the belief in one God, which is called what? If you said monotheism, you are correct. The Romans were polytheistic, the ancient Greeks were polytheistic. These religions are all monotheistic. Mono meaning one God. Now the Middle East is the epicenter of the world's most popular religions. So in terms of world religions, why is this such a hotbed of action, activity, violence? Is because religion is passionate. And when people have passion and belief, they will fight for their beliefs and even kill for their beliefs. ISIS is a prime example. Al-Qaeda is a prime example. The Iran hostage crisis, the Munich Olympic massacre of 1972, all religiously motivated. So, in looking at what is our source for this information? It is the Bible. The Bible we're going to look at as a historical text, not a religious one. And these are the books of the Bible. We're going to start with the Old Testament, which has 39 books. Genesis meaning beginning, Exodus meaning to leave the country, that's your story of Moses, etc. When Jesus is born, or after his death, you have the New Testament, which deals with him. So if you're Jewish, you focus on the Old Testament of the Bible. That is your people. That is your history. If you are Christian, you're going to focus on the New Testament of the Bible, the life of Jesus. So where does it start? Abraham is considered the father of Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. He is the man. He is the father of the 3 world religions. And so Abraham is going to start up here in Mesopotamia between what 2 rivers? Yes, the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, the cradle of civilization. And so he will move. You will hear a voice from God. Abraham, move your people. So he will move down to what he called Canaan, present-day Israel. And he settled there. And Abraham was tested by God. He said, I want you to take your only son, Isaac, and sacrifice him to me. And he was about to kill his only son, according to the Bible, when God said, Abraham, don't do it. I was just kidding. I just wanted to see if you'd do it. And Abraham stopped. Now, if you wanted to go to that site today, you'd go to Jerusalem, Dome of the Rock. So here's the dome, hence the dome. And here's the rock inside, where supposedly Abraham laid his son Isaac down and was going to sacrifice him. And strange but true, but the Jews believe in this story, Christians believe in this story, and Muslims all believe in this story. This is a Muslim building. Now, Abraham and his wife Sarah will have Isaac, and from Isaac's bloodline you have Jacob, so Abraham's grandson. Jacob was sometimes called Israel, which means one who struggles with God, and the Israelites are truly born. The Jews are truly born. They will live in an area known as Judah, and they became known as the Jews. And they were picked on by other people because they were the only monotheistic religion. Now, they lived there for years and had to move because of a famine. They didn't have enough food. A drought took place. And so when they moved to Egypt, they were put in bondage for approximately 400 years. They were slaves. And Moses led his people to freedom by seeing a burning bush. And the burning bush said, Moses, you shall free your people. And Moses came to the Pharaoh and said, let my people go. And he unleashed how many plagues? 10. 10 plagues upon the Pharaoh. And every time, whether it be flies, or whether it be locusts, or whether it be having the Nile turn to blood, the Pharaoh would not let the Jews free. Finally, Passover came. In other words, God said, put lamb's blood over your door to all the Israelites, and this plague will spare you. Otherwise, every firstborn son in every family shall die. And the Pharaoh's son was one of them. He died. And he finally said to Moses, get out, leave. And as Moses finally took his people, that's the basis for the Jewish holiday Passover, he got to the Red Sea. They parted the Red Sea. Moses took his people across, and when the Pharaoh followed with his men, the sea swallowed them up, and they all drowned. He then went to Mount Sinai, where he received the 10 Commandments on stone tablets, which are hidden in the Ark of the Covenant today. Nobody knows where this is. Nobody has any idea. The best idea scholars have, believe it or not, is this little tiny church in Ethiopia. Ethiopia is in East Africa. St. Mary of Zion Church. But nobody knows where it is, which is the basis of your Indiana Jones, where the little lost ark is. And now, with the Jews scattered all over after their exodus from Egypt, David will unite the tribes by killing the giant Goliath. And he will found the city of Jerusalem and unite them, the people. And Jerusalem becomes a sacred Jewish city. The Star of David came about, basically, they said it was one of David's shields. But he became famous for, like I said, defeating the mighty Goliath. Hence, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And they said it was either the shape of his shield, or a design on his shield. But nobody's absolutely sure. Some people say this triangle means to look up toward God, and this triangle means to look down towards earth. But nobody knows for sure. David's son Solomon built a great temple in Jerusalem to house the Ark of the Covenant, the 10 Commandments, which has been destroyed multiple times. So where we leave it is, after David, after his son Solomon, you have the temple in Jerusalem. The Greeks come in, and the Romans come in, and under Roman rule, the Jews are persecuted and they are picked on. And along comes Jesus. And the Jews have a prophecy. They are waiting for a Messiah, a Son of God, to visit them and free the people. Is Jesus the man? That's a matter of dispute. So, in thinking about it, I want you to now go back to your history app, and I want you to watch Bible Recap. I will put it on this link and on the email, but I want you to watch 2 Bible recaps from episode 1 and episode 2, which would lead you basically to review this material. Good luck. This is the Great Watini signing off. We'll smell you tomorrow. How do you do? Oops. You got a low battery? We'll plug it in.